Alright, so I've been wanting to make this video just because I want people to know how I feel about this certain topic, because it's affected me and probably my whole entire life. And everything about me probably, I would be completely different if it wasn't because of this one topic. And the topic is suicide. Why has suicide affected me? Okay, so if everybody could just think about the first time they ever heard of the word suicide. How old were you? When? Why? What? You know, the W's, all five of them. When, why, where, what, and who. So when was June 16th, where, my house, what, a gun, who, my dad, why, I don't know. My mom's told me a story. It makes total sense. I won't say it out loud so I'll go ahead and tell you the story about how I came about knowing what suicide was. It was March 16th, 2000, and it was a beautiful day. I remember this day like it was yesterday just because it's etched in my brain. I was wearing a hideous shirt. It was black and it had brown like stripes in it, but it was hearts. It was like brown ugly hearts meshed in with black hearts, you know, back and forth. It was a pattern shirt. And it was an easy everyday at school. I went to Pinecrest Elementary. Nothing was wrong. It was just a normal day. Went to the park, Baum Park. Loved that place. And my mom came at about 6 o'clock to come and pick me up because that's what time the park closed. And my mom had already actually been home with my sister and my dad. And they were apparently, I wouldn't say having an altercation, but they weren't with an agreement with what was going on at the moment. Anyways, I get home, and my mom tells me to go and sit down, go on the dining room table, and do my homework. That's what I normally do, but along with that, I would go and find where my dad was, give him a big hug, a big kiss, because I was Daddy's little girl. But instead, she said, no, go do what I told you to do. Listen to me. And I said, all right, no problem, Mom. I'll listen to you. So I did. And then her and my sister marched over to the room, and you could just hear them talking to begin with, and then them get louder, saying no, and then the gun just going off, or a gun going off. And my dad had a lot of guns. He was a redneck, a Mexican redneck, basically. We would go hunting, and he would, he basically foraged for the family a little bit, kind of like that. So it wasn't weird for him to have a gun in his room, because that's where they were to begin with, in his closet. But instead he had one next to his bed, and he killed himself. And it's really difficult. As a kid, you don't know what's really going on. I heard that go off, and I'm like, oh, okay. I stopped what I was doing, dropped my shit, and I look into the hallway, and my sister's running down, so is my mom. My sister hits the ground, and I'm like, did she get shot? And then my mom's outside, is on the phone with the local sheriff, his name's Buddy, and says, he did it. And I'm like, who did what? Me being the little investigator that I am, I went outside where my mom was, and there was a window to my dad's bedroom. And I saw what he did. And it really hurts, because it's like, it's not just that it's just you, it's that you have your whole family, you know what I mean? It was my dad, my mom, me, my sister Fabi, my sister Jessica. Jessica had a little girl at the moment, and she was pregnant with the boy. And it's like, it's like you kind of ruin all this whole thing that you've created yourself, It's like, all these people wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, so why take yourself out of the equation? And it kills me, because it's like, why don't you, before you do that, leave a note, explaining why you're doing it, because I'm pretty sure he didn't either. And when I mean he didn't either, I'm talking about Robin Williams, because the whole reason why I'm doing this video is because he really made me, have to do it. I've always wanted to, but putting this out there for the world's kind of hard. But I want people to know that I've ever had this idea of doing this, that the pain will be gone. You're just starting it. You're ending it for yourself, but it's just a whole new chapter of pain that you've opened up for someone else, You might be ending your problems, but you just started a whole bunch more for the people that cared about you. And it hurts, because you depend on this person and you trust this person to always be there and take care of you, and then just from one second to another, they don't even exist anymore. And it's so hard, because you're like, why? You question everything that you did based to that moment. Like, what did I do to make this happen, or what could have done to make this not happen, And it hurts. And it's been a really long time. It's been 14 years, and it still affects me still to this day, Because suicide's not the solution. I'm not gonna lie. I've dabbled with the idea of it just because I don't want to have to deal with this type of pain or ever. But I'm stronger than that. And you're stronger than that. We can all be stronger than that. Like, it's not the solution. Death is not the solution. Getting help, that's the solution. That's fixing your problem. Talking to someone. And so what this leads into is why did they do this? There was a perfect answer for the reasons both of these people committed suicide when it comes to my dad and Rob Williams. They're both depressed. My dad was depressed because he had enough DUIs where he would never get to drive ever in his life. So since he had DUIs, that also means he was an alcoholic. Robin Williams was also an alcoholic. The way that they solved their depression, or their way of fixing their depression, was through drinking, and drinking's not the answer. And I've probably done the same thing. I've probably drank my pain away for my whole lifetime, just because it's another escape. But at the same time, that's not an answer, because at the end of the day, when you wake up the next day and you feel terrible because you drank the whole night before to forget about your awful childhood or awful life or your horrible relationship with your friend, or you're doing bad in school or anything, you got into a car accident, you're still going to wake up with that the next day, and now you're just going to wake up with a migraine, you're going to wake up hungover and having to deal with that situation, but feeling like shit. So really, who are you hurting more than yourself by doing that? And then ultimately, by hurting yourself, what do? You kill yourself because you can't handle yourself. You can't handle the fact of what you've become. So I would say don't drink, people. It's another reason why alcohol should be in moderation, and people shouldn't drink to get drunk. Just have a good time, and don't drink because you're depressed, because that's not an answer. If you're depressed, go talk to your mom, go talk to your sister, go talk to your best friend, go to a comedy club, you know what I mean? Find something to make you happier. Don't take something to make you happier. Shit, go to the doctors. They have antidepressants, which is an upper and not a downer, because if you're just drinking and you're already down, what is that going to make you do? Make yourself 6 feet under, you know what I mean? You're just putting yourself down and down and down and down. I'd rather have you go to the doctor, tell them that you're depressed, say, hey, I'm sorry, but I need some anti-anxiety medicine or antidepressant pills because I'm depressed, and then they make you go talk to a therapist, and you're a happy person at the very end of the day. So I'm just really upset, because he was awesome. I love Robin Williams. From Jumanji to Aladdin, I've watched him since I was since I can remember, since I was like 4, I think I can remember, until now. The last movie he just came out was called The Greatest Dad, and that kind of hurt, you know? But if you really think about it, what was the storyline of The Greatest Dad? So he fakes a suicide for his son. So his last work kind of ultimately puts him where he is now, so maybe he was crying out for help and no one knew. I don't know, but suicide is not the solution. Drinking is not the solution. Guys, if you're ever down in the dumps, talk to me, talk to anybody. Just, it's not the way to go. Think about all the people you're putting down, you know what I mean? Your family, your friends. Like, it's just, you have so much more to live for, you know what I mean? We're all gonna die one day. Why rush it? Live your life, man, to the fullest. I've almost died. I've almost died. I've been shot by a gun. So I know how it is. And I would never want to put myself in that situation. I never want to almost be dying. I don't want to be at the mercy of my own hand. No. I want to live. I want life to kill me. I don't want to kill me. I want to live so hard, I die. I want to be like jumping off the Empire State Building with a parachute, you know, and my heart can't take it, so I have a heart attack. That's how I want to die. Not because I can't handle what life has to freaking throw at us. So much crap has happened. The Twin Towers, all the wars that we've had since we've started recording it. So really, guys, is it that bad? No. I'll stop ranting now, because I think you guys get the point. Rest in peace, Rob Williams. And I just hope his daughter is doing okay, because I know everything that's going through her head. You know what I mean? At my age, it's like, when I turn 16 and I have my quinceañera, he's not going to be there. When I get married, he's not going to walk me down the aisle. And it's like, what are you not going to do? The reason, before you kill yourself, think about everything that you're going to miss. What am I going to miss? You're going to miss your children's graduations. Families fall apart because of this. Like, don't think killing yourself is going to bring anybody closer, because it's not. It's stupid. It's dumb. One life. Gosh. Live it. But I'm over it. That's my rant. That's how I cope with stuff. So I'll probably end up watching Flubber and Aladdin and Jumanji for sure. Mrs. Doubtfire would definitely be in there. Probably all of them. But another good man lost. So moderation, guys. Don't drink when you're depressed. Suicide is not the solution. Have a better day, better weekend, better week. Okay, bye.